For centuries, our planet has provided everything we could ever ask for or possibly need: clean air, fresh water, fertile soil, etc. However, today the relentless pursuit of economic growth, led by those in positions of power, has come at a devastating cost. Earth's natural resources are being overexploited faster than they can recover. Forests are stripped, oceans are emptied, and entire ecosystems are collapsing, all for a short-term gain. If we continue to value money over sustainability, the future of our environment and our own lives are at risk.
Well, I think that corporations are the reason we're at the state of environmental destruction. This idea that you take and you take and you take, and that's what's created this environment where we're exploiting nature for the sake of making more money.
They're really good at what they do. They're really good at making things, which creates pollution, and also selling things, which creates more pollution.
But I also think that corporations could be the solution. If they are the most powerful thing in our country, then they just have to make the choice to stop exploiting.
I think there's a strong connection just because they have big influence and larger funding, and sometimes they prioritize profit versus the environment, and when we don't have stronger regulations, then our environment can be affected.
Superstores, right? We got Walmart, we have Target, these really huge buildings, and they run energy 24/7. They actually get a discounted rate. So really there's no incentive for them to use less energy.
Few resources are invested in neighborhoods that have less money. For example, we're on Lake Elmendorf, and there is so much trash that gets washed into the lake, and I'm not sure why the city hasn't invested more energy in cleaning that up, when I often see that they're hosting park cleanups in wealthier neighborhoods.
I've noticed how government subsidies have affected the oil and gas industries, and how it doesn't prioritize environmental sustainability. Even as we face a climate crisis, it discourages investments into renewable resources because of these subsidies.
Obviously there's different priorities right now, nationally, politically, but I do think that people organizing and working together and just becoming familiar with how to navigate the system, I think is going to be the way that we're able to change things.
I think there needs to be even more government incentives for businesses to have environmentally friendly policies. If governments as a whole just decided to prioritize giving breaks and discounts to businesses that are environmentally friendly, that could have a lot of power.
Honestly, I think it starts with accountability. There obviously needs to be stronger laws and regulations for these things, and overall better transparency, because I feel like the overall public doesn't necessarily know exactly what's going on unless you're more educated on the topic.
I don't know if we're doing it fast enough, and honestly, I don't know that economic growth should be a priority, honestly. I think that they have put a lot of emphasis on economies, but ultimately, if we don't have an environment or a home or a place to drink clean water or have good food, or if we're not healthy, then there's no point in an economy.
I think cities and government and infrastructure as a whole really need to make environmentally friendly choices more accessible. I think that there should be as many recycling bins as we see trash bins. I think we just need to make it easier for everyone to make kinder choices.
Despite obvious challenges, I think if we invest our time and money into sustainable mindset, sustainable growth, and overall the idea of having a better future and be able to protect our planet and maintain it for a longer period of time.
I hate to use the word destruction, but definitely that's kind of where we're heading.